What's up, guys? Brett Okamoto from ESPN. I'm joined today by three-time UFC title challenger Alex the Mauler Gustafsson, who joins us from Stockholm, Sweden, his home. Here with the new year. Happy 2022, Alex. Did you make it to midnight the other night, or did you bail out early?
No, I made it to midnight.
You did?
I saw the fireworks.
Okay, good for you. With the kids,
Yeah.
or
No, it was just us. The kids was in bed, so it was just us and a couple of friends. It was pretty calm.
I was out at 10:30 p.m., so I've seen enough fireworks.
That's good.
I missed the fireworks in Vegas, but good for you seeing them in Stockholm. We got a lot to talk about in 2022, but the first thing I want to bring up is Khamzat Chimaev, your teammate and your friend. ESPN has voted him as a guy to watch in 2022, and I don't think we're the only ones. I think a lot of people obviously have Khamzat circled as somebody to watch over the next 12 months. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about him and talk to you about the year that's coming up for him, and even just kind of back at the beginning. So you guys met in 2017 is when he came into the gym in Stockholm, right?
Yeah, it could be around then. He came in and it was just he was a good wrestler. He was a guy that just, he did all the sessions he could. Like, he didn't miss a session, and you could just see in the early days that he really wanted this, and he's just been living at the gym since then.
When he came in, what was like your guys' first impression? Because I actually think part of the reason he went to that gym was because of you, right? So I imagine that he was pretty respectful of you, and yeah. I mean, what was some of your early sort of interactions with him?
Exactly, and I think that you can see early in him that he wanted to be where I was back then, and you could see that he really wanted it, and he's just been a train in the gym since then. He's just been going 100% every day, every session, and he's just started. So that's the scariest thing with this guy. He's just started his career, and he got that hype around him, and he's just he's just a force coming in.
That first time you met him in 2017, had you heard about him at all, like in the wrestling circuit? Did you know anything about him?
I heard that he was a really good wrestler, and he done some competition. Also won a lot of bigger competitions in wrestling. Through friends, I heard about him, and that's basically it. And then he's just been developing his game. He's not just a wrestler anymore. He knocks people out and submits people, and he just develops every day to become a better MMA fighter.
Did his wrestling stand out immediately? I'm sure you guys have all kinds of talented guys go through the gym. Could you tell right away that this guy, his wrestling is going to be very good for MMA, or how does that work? How quickly did you know that he was going to be really good?
Pretty fast, but that wasn't just because of his wrestling. It was more like the dedication he had to the sport, and how much he wanted it from the start. That's how you can see that a guy, he really he's gonna come far and go far in the sport, and he hasn't slowed down since, even with all the hype and everything. He doesn't slow down. He just works harder. And yeah.
To get to the level of the UFC and to get to the level where you guys are at, you have to be kind of dedicated, right? I mean, pretty much everybody who makes it to that level.
It's just not a hobby you do. It's a lifestyle. You have to live it. You have to sleep it. You have to everything you do in life outside gym. It's just to make you a better fighter. Basically, everything you do, sleep, eat, all of it. It's a lifestyle.
So is Khamzat unique, even amongst UFC fighters, or was he just, you could tell that he was going to make it to a UFC level, or does he even take it further than most guys in the UFC do? Because I mentioned, everybody's dedicated at this level. Does his dedication stand out even above that?
He just, because I met a lot of MMA athletes and fighters and all of that, and he stands out for sure. because of his dedication, because of how he out trains everybody, and it's nobody that trains like him. Nobody. I haven't seen it. I've been around the world seeing fighter train and having their camps and then training for a fight. This guy, he just doesn't get tired. He doesn't feel any pain. He just go through it.
I mean, one of the big things that come out of the gym about him, and I think we'll see this as like time goes on, is that Andres, the coach, says this all the time. Majdi says this all the time, is that he has to go with you guys. He has to go with the light heavyweights because he can't go with welterweights. Like, do you remember when he first started going with you and you were like this guy's too small to be going with me? Like, how did this kind of evolve to like you became one of his main sparring partners?
She's just been growing since start. I wasn't his main sparring partner in the beginning, of course, but then he put some muscles on. He become a little bit heavier, stronger. He's done he's been lifting his weights. He's been just doing his thing, and just I don't even know when it was, but then he just started to spar with me and all the light heavyweight guys and all the heavyweight guys, because he's just too strong. He's too big and he's too good, just technical, too good for the welterweight guys. And this guy, he goes hard. He's not you train with someone and we can just play around. Khamzat can play too, but this guy, he wants it. He doesn't want to lose one round in the training.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I spar with him, I have to be prepared. Even if this guy weighed maybe, I don't know, nowadays 30 kilos less than me or 20 kilos less than me, I don't know. But this guy he's going at it. So I have to keep my guard up. I have to be prepared for the training, for the workout. And the guys are in the welterweight division just too small for him,
We haven't seen a ton of his striking. You've said that he's well-rounded, that he can strike. What kind of striker is he? Is he a super technical boxer? Does he kick much? I mean, it seems like he's got power. He put out Mearshart, with one shot. What can you tell us about? We never seen him as a wrestler. What is he like as a striker?
Well, as a wrestler, he's outstanding, and also his jiu-jitsu. He's getting he's working his wrestling jiu-jitsu type of hybrid thing, and it's very, very, very heavy on top. Even if he's not that heavy against me in weight wise, but he's still heavy. He feels heavy because he uses it right. His striking is very. He hits like a light heavyweight. He hits hard, because he's very explosive. He boxes very fast with his hands, and with speed comes some power and good precision. So this guy, if you don't keep your head, I've seen this guy knock people out with just a jab in training. So you need to keep your guard up when you spar with this guy.
What's it like for you? What's it like for you seeing the amount of I don't know if hype is the right word, but just the amount of attention and the expectations? Like, this guy's had 4 fights in the UFC, and we're talking about Kamaru Usman, and he could fight at middleweight. He could fight at light heavyweight. Like, it's just like this. It seems like everyone's like, the sky's the limit with him, and we've only seen him for a very short amount of time in the octagon. Like,
yeah.
As someone who knows him as well as you do, like what is that like? Kind of seeing the amount of tension and expectations that are being put on him.
I mean, like, from my point of view, because I've seen it before, and it comes with a lot of pressure. It comes with a lot of responsibility, and it's not an easy, it's not an easy task to make everyone happy. All the fans are like, and everyone. It's just you just want to see him like do his thing, but it comes with a lot of pressure too, and if you can't handle it right, it can make you fall, But this guy Khamzat, it's like he's either he doesn't care about it, like it's like he doesn't really take it too personal, or he just don't understand what that is. He just keeps going with a smile, and then that's the good thing about it, because it's like, that's not really very, it's of course it's a big thing for him like that, with all the hype and stuff, and all the fans it's getting. he appreciates that a lot. But this guy has too much focus, too much tunnel vision to do anything else than just train his ass off every day.
I know you're his teammate, so obviously you're biased, but I'm not even asking this question like to hype up at anything or like to promote anything. I literally want to know genuinely, if he were to fight Kamaru Usman this month, what do you think that fight would look like?
I think you put Kamaru Usman to sleep, honestly. I think if he just touches his chin, it's a big chance that Kamaru Usman goes to sleep. I like Kamaru Usman. He's a great champ, and it's just like been breaking records, and it's just it's a pleasure to see him fight, because he's a very good technical. I love his jab and his wrestling, and you can see that he's on top, Kamaru Usman. But I can't see him take Khamzat's punches. I can't see him taking his combinations. When it comes to the wrestling part, it would be also a pleasure to see, because they like it's probably will be one of the biggest fights in the UFC history when it comes to that part, to see the technical side of the fight, when they come to the wrestling and even the striking thing, but yeah, I love Usman as a champ, but I think Kamaru will put him to sleep, honestly.
Huh. And last thing about Khamzat, and it feels crazy that I'm even like asking these types of questions, because again, like, he's barely gotten started in the UFC.
Yeah, I know.
But we know he can fight a middleweight, and he spars with you, a light heavyweight. So I can see multiple weight classes in his future, obviously, right? And you just said that you think he would knock out Kamaru Usman, who is arguably the number one pound for pound fighter in the world and the greatest welterweight of all time, some would say.
Yes.
So on one hand, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but on the other hand, like, this is what we're talking about. Like, is this guy like, does he have like a Habib factor to him? Does he have like a GSP factor to him? Like, do you think he'll go down as like greatest fighter of all time? Like, is that the level of potential that we're talking about? Like,
that's the level of potential, 100%. Yeah. If he does all the things, if you do it right from the start, like if he just keeps doing what he's doing now, he will be one of those guys one day. I'm 100% sure of that.
Yeah.
Well, it is crazy when you say it, because Kamaru Usman is the pound for pound the best guy out there right now, and I love the guy. But just I've been sparring with so many guys in so many levels, in heavyweight, in light heavyweight, middleweights. I've been sparring welterweights. This guy just puts guys away on the mat in the training sessions. He hits. I've been taking punches from heavyweights, and this guy hits. It's too much precision, too much power, too much explosiveness when it comes to Khamzat.
Well, that obviously means a lot coming from you. I mean, like I mentioned, you fought for a championship 3 times in your career. You fought John Jones, you fought Daniel Cormier. So you've been in there, what the highest level is. And so to say that this guy has the potential to be the greatest of all time, that's really carries a lot of weight coming from someone of you and your experience. And so before we wrap up, I want to find out what does 2022 look like for you? What kind of goals, what kind of plans do you have for this year for yourself?
Well, we're about to like let's see what's going on. We're talking to the UFC a lot, and I want to fight early this year, and basically take it from there. I want to make up for the Verdun fight. I feel like I didn't really get into that fight really. He did a great job doing what he's supposed to do, Verdun, what we predict, and he got the win. And I feel like I need to do stuff, need to take a fight and take one fight at a time. And we will actually, I want to fight early this year to just get in there, having fun, and take one win at a time.
What's like motivating you now? Because you lost your motivation for the sport for a little bit, right? And now,
yeah, it's been a tough roller coaster, because that's what happens, and also I got a lot of things going on the other side of the octagon. When it comes to my private life, we're doing a lot of businesses going on here in Stockholm. We are about to open a new gym in Torrevieja in Spain, and I'll start over there. And it's been a lot of the most important things are actually is the fighting part, but still it's so many things in the air. So it takes my focus a little bit because there's a lot many other business going around. So, but one fight now already this year, and take it from there.
It's tough, right? I mean, this is a sport that like it basically demands everything you have, right? I mean, can
It
you
does. It
kind of be
does.
focusing on other things? Like, can you have those two lives, or do you have to like you have to
I
just
need
be
to.
a fighter?
And also that's how I am as a person. I just if I take a fight, it's tunnel vision. Is only the fight that's matter. But we've been having a lot of things going on. The whole year has been crazy, basically. When it comes to also all start the gym and all our other businesses. So I'm just gonna like take a step aside a little bit and just focusing on myself and the training and take it from there and take a fight, basically.
I feel like sometimes media and fans, like we ask you guys these questions, and sometimes I wonder if like the fighters just look at it totally different than people like me who's asking the question. Because I'll ask a question of like, well, how do you feel about your career? Are you happy with your career as it is right now? And a lot of times, like the fighters would be like, I don't even think about it in that type of way. Like, have you thought about it really? Like what are your feelings towards like your career right now? Do you feel like you still have to do something, or do you feel like I've accomplished enough now? It's anything else is gravy. Like, how do you feel about it?
No, I'm probably in the middle, in the between somewhere. I feel like I'm very happy about my career as it been, but I feel like I'm not done yet. I'm not. It's still we're still writing the book, so I have to I gotta keep going in there and do my thing, and that's what I miss doing. I haven't been fighting I fought Verdum 1.5 years ago, and I feel like the time flies, man. It's crazy how the days flies, and now it's been like so long. So I really miss getting back to the octagon and fight, and that's what I'm gonna do, basically.
Yeah.
Go back and do my thing.
Last thing for you, and it sounds like you mentioned it a bunch of times. Just book a fight, enjoy it. See how it goes, one fight at a time.
Yeah.
Seeing Jan Blachowicz win a championship, though, and seeing Glover Teixeira win a championship last year, like, what does that do to you? Does it do anything? Like, does it motivate you more? Does it inspire you? Does it like that's their journey, not mine? Like, does it do anything to you?
Man, I don't know. It's I'm in my career where I feel like the only thing that motivates me right now is just that fight. One fight at a time. Whoever gets in front of me, that will motivate me. And just get back to winning again and do my thing, basically. Seeing those two guys fight was just a pleasure to see them fight, and I'm very happy for Glover. Both of them are great guys. I love those two. As fighters and colleagues, and we've been sharing or the octagon before, and I'm just happy to see them doing the thing, and for Glover to get that belt around his waist. If someone is worth it, it's him.
Yeah,
he's been working hard.
Yeah, well said, man. Well, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate you talking about Khamzat and kind of shedding some light on what your hopes are for next year. Looking forward to seeing you back in the octagon. Is it Matt? You said it doesn't really. Do you think Paul Craig, because that fight was supposed to happen in September, or is
Whoever,
he? Yeah,
whoever, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you back in the octagon in 2022, man. Thank you again for the time.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.